Fisher et al. In 2012 indicated moving parts to complex problem solving or CPS that cannot truly work independent of each other. According to them, it is comprised of several different components. And just having broken down each of those components, it will be one, identification of the problem, then course prioritizing, selecting the method for resolution, implementation, decision making, resolution, and evaluation. The six thinking hats theory or model or strategy actually focuses on each hat representing a different type of thinking. So it helps the individuals or the groups explore different types of thinking at any given point in time. The six thinking hats was the brainchild of Edward de Bono, who died in 2021, and he's also known as the father of lateral thinking. So the six thinking hats, the colors are as follows, and what they really mean, or what their superpower is. The blue hat is the conductor's hat. The green hat, the creative hat. The red hat is the hat for the heart. The yellow hat, the optimist hat. The black hat, the judge's hat. The white hat is the factual hat. There are different ways in which a group could decide to employ the use of the six thinking hats strategy. You can have all group members wear one color hat at any given point in time. So let's say, for instance, if you are now looking at all the facts that are presented to you in the problem that you're exploring, you may want each person to put on their white thinking hat. So now you're all following the same focus, the same line of focus. If you want to have a situation where you want to get a panoramic view of the complex problem as it is presented to you, then each group member can wear a different hat, a different colored hat. Now, you may have individuals because they think a particular way all the time, maybe because of their experiences, their understandings of certain issues, their cognitive biases. They may want to decide that, okay, well, no longer do I want to be thinking this way. I want to be able to get a greater understanding of the concept or of the problem. So maybe I will try on, let's say, the red hat, for instance. Let's see what happens when I bring my feelings into exploring a problem, right? So using the six thinking hats can also be used for each member to challenge himself in terms of their level of thinking or their various type of thinking. So blue is your planning hat, the conductor's hat, the one who is in control. So you'll find that the leader of the group may be the one who would often be wearing this particular hat. What this person does is that they would plan the agenda. So, it's a situation where you can manage the time that is being spent on certain activities or certain tasks being performed by the group at any given point in time. You have your agenda, you stick to the agenda as much as possible. And remember, you are helping to direct the thinking process and so forth that is taking place within the group. You're also managing the decision making process. You're not making the decisions, but you're managing the decision making process based on the feedback or the information, the thoughts and the views and the ideas that are coming from the other group members based on the hat that they are wearing. So the one with the white hat wears the facts. So just a few thought-provoking questions that you will ask yourself when you're wearing this hat. What are the facts that are presented to you? What information do you have available? What information is going to be relevant to the end product of your group? When wearing the white hat, you are supposed to be neutral in your thinking, right? Because remember, you're going based on what evidence there is, what the literature says. You also need to consider what information might be missing. Because remember, the information that may be missing is something that you would want to bring to the table as a way forward for your group to look at in terms of solving the complex problem that was presented to you. So the person wearing the yellow hat is the group's optimist. And again, some guiding questions. What are the positives that can actually come out of this complex problem? What is the best case scenario or solution that is presenting itself? Are there any alternatives to these best case scenarios or solutions? What might some of the benefits be? What possible opportunities could come out from exploring this complex problem? And then you have your series of what ifs, right? And all of these what ifs can actually lead you to some sort of recommendations or some other element of the problem that needs to be researched, right? As mentioned, the red hat is the one that wears his heart upon his sleeve and would ask the questions when presented with this complex problem. How do I feel about this? What are my views and my thoughts and my opinions on this? How does it make me feel reading about this complex problem? Do I like it? Do I dislike it? What part of this do I like best? When you're involved in this measure of thinking, although you're expressing your feelings, you don't need to justify them. There does not have to be a logical response to your expression of your emotions. The one who wears the green hat is a creative thinker, and this hat represents growth and movement. The green hat looks for new ideas and new solutions to the complex problems that are presented, and he engages in lateral thinking. When you're wearing this hat, remember it is important to explore a range of ideas and possible ways forward. You're looking at the possibilities. The person wearing the black hat is said to be wearing a judge's hat, the bearer of doom and gloom, the one who brings on the gavel. But well, truly, this person is exercising caution. He identifies errors and difficulties or challenges in solutions that may be presented to the group. Now, being a whole poker is not necessarily a bad thing because what this actually does is that it highlights or it brings to the fore possible gaps in any solutions that's being presented by the team. So remember the whole idea of employing the six thinking hats method is to ensure that you leave no stone unturned. This mind map is an enlightening demonstration of the expansiveness of the six thinking hats model or strategy. When used effectively, group members are able to understand and appreciate the varying perspectives of contributions made by each member. Each member at some point is likely to experience a sense of disequilibrium at the paradigm shift in thinking that is taking place, a thinking that is outside of their comfort zone, a thinking brought on by wearing several hats, and which can address leverage points in any system, in this case, the group context. From here, group members are able to make sound recommendations for creating or managing group dynamics such that the experience will not be a daunting one for either member. The six thinking hat strategy or model may be seen as a diverse, dynamic, and inclusive one where individuals equally share great success. When embraced fully, each group member is expected to have moved from a fixed mindset defined by previous cognitive biases and experiences, to a growth mindset, where a tunnel visioned approach is no longer the latest academic fashion trend.